Good evening. Today is December 30th. I'm going to, my name is Wahid Lutfi. I'm going to show you how to do Windows 10, Windows 50 most useful commands in this example, or in this session, I'm going to basically show you how to learn 50 most useful commands. Let's get started with this. As you can see, showing you with the title of Windows 50 most useful commands, and there's a blue command prompt and a green command prompt. Those are just icons that I actually graphic GUI version of these command prompts that I just made it for the presentation. The actual presentation will be shown on the command prompt. So if I press escape here and then just finish this demo here, actually this was the screen on the presentation page. So let me minimize this one and then we go to MyWebUniversity free educational videos. As you know that I have been providing you free education videos for computer science related courses, whether it's Python programming, shell scripting, C programming, C++ programming, object-oriented programming, or Linux, Windows operating system, and Unix operating system installation, configuration of multiple like Apache web servers and applications and apps and packages and everything else. So you are welcome to watch these videos and enjoy them and learn from them. And let me know if there's anything that I need to improve for your needs so I could meet your needs. This is basically for you, not for me. I'm just creating it so you can benefit it for your work, for your school, and everything else that you are going to learn for your future career. And then with this in mind, let's just get to today's topic. And this is the PowerPoint presentation that I already have kind of like have it. Let me just go to the menu here. As you can see on every page that you're seeing 12 commands. On the Windows 50 most useful commands are going to be discussed here. On the second one is basically another 12 commands with examples, and then another 12 commands. Altogether is 15 commands that I'm going to show you. And then at the end, obviously, I'm going to thank you for watching. Please don't forget to go to youtube.com, which is https www.youtube.com, obviously. And then youtube.com/@MyWebUniversity is the channel that I'm having my Web University free education videos. And that is this one. So when you're going to @MyWebUniversity on YouTube, basically, that's the handle that is going to take you so you can subscribe and then make comments as well. Let's get started with the first command here. I'm going to go back to the topics here, and then I'm going to go to the first one. The first one is CMD, and then the second one is CD. The CMD is basically equivalent to a command prompt that you're having here. So let's just go here, and then on this screen that I have already opened it, this one is already open a command prompt. If you have closed this one, you can close it by typing exit. And then if you had opened another CMD, the CMD basically is going to say Microsoft Windows version. As soon as you open the command prompt, it's going to open another shell or terminal or command prompt. So when I type in exit here, it just exit this CMD. Then I type in exit again, it's going to close this one. Now the last one that is there, this blue screen is going to disappear. Similarly, if I just open another command prompt here, as soon as you open it, notice that you're getting this screen saying that Microsoft Windows 10 version 10 is running. So if I type in CMD, it's going to just open another command prompt saying that it is 10. If I type in another CMD, as many times I open subshell, like 3 times I open shells. So now I exit once, exit 2, exit 3, and now I'm in my main one. If I exit one more time, it's going to close this one also. So the last one is going to disappear. Then I have to open a command prompt. So now you understand what is CMD. And so by default, it is going to come up with this. You just have to say version to say that, yeah, if this one was already, like, you clear the screen here, and you just type in, CLS is basically clear screen command, and Unix is clear command. So CLS, if I type in a directory here, the screen is there, then I can do a CLS clear screen. And clear screen may not be on one of the commands that I'm doing here, but as we see some of the commands, I'll type it in and I'll show you the examples here. So the first one that we were talking about, CMD, as we exit out, now it is that one is not there. The last one is there. So if I want to say version, then it's going to tell me that I'm running Microsoft version 10.0. I can also get that information by just typing CMD. Done enough example. I'm no longer showing that one. What I'm going to show you here, at this time, if I just type in version, it's going to give me the Windows version. At the same time, I can do system info and press enter. It's going to give me all the system related information, whether it's the operating system and other ones. So if I clear my screen and then at this time, I want to see more information, I can do a 5 more. And so then it's going to stop one screen at a time. It says the host name is desktop and then operating system name and so on. So as you can see that the memory and the processor, all the information is there. So when we get to the system info, I'm going to show you that as well. But at this time, I'm going to say clear screen, system info, and then find /I and then OS name. So, and sometimes I'm jumping back and forth in between these commands in the order that I have it. I'm going to show a few more on these ones, because once we are on the version, I'm just telling you that you can run CMD or version or system info and then look for the operating system name with this find. This find is the command and this is the pipe. So on Unix and Linux and Windows and Mac, they all have this piping symbol, meaning that output of the first command goes to the second command as filtered out. And then from this one, we're only interested to show the OS name, ignoring the case. That's how that one is. And if I just, instead of find, I could use find a string, then I could do that too. And then that would be doing the same thing. So if I'm interested in getting memory, then I could do memory. And since I'm using /I for ignoring the case, it's going to do the same thing. And so if I'm looking for process anything related to processor, it will just be informing you there. And then if I just say, how about the speed or model, the model of the system that the processor model that is there. So you can see AMD 64 family, and that information would reveal this one. So let me clear my screen here. And then I'm going to exit out all of this, and then I just open a new command prompt. This time I'm going to change the coloring so you could see that you can have this different font and everything, as well as, so Windows is very flexible. All you do is right click here, click on properties. And if you want a bigger font, you change the font here, and then the next one is 72, that's too big. So if you want to write a title or something, you just say this, and then notice that the font is so big. But if you say, well, that is too much, if I just type in version or volume, that information is big enough to give you this. But if I'm on a directory like here, and I type in 3, then notice that this is going for a long directories. So I'm going to Control-C out of it. And if I do a directory, notice how fast it goes there. But I need to CD to go to C:/demo directory. So now I CD to demo. I'm going to change the font after clearing the screen and running 3 command, because this one does not have too many directories here. And if I do a 3 command, this is just giving me enough information. If I say 3/A for all, and then let's say I'm going to do question mark to see the arguments, A for ASCII, and then F display the name of the files also. So inside here, you can see that there's a lot of files. So what I could do is say 3/F, and that would show all the files as well as the directories. And then PyCache is one of the directory with .py-c, as you can see it. But the font is too big for this one. I'm going to change it back so we can just change it to this size. And let's just change it this time the color also. the color, if I could do the dark green, this is good. And then now, since I changed the color, in order for that to take effect, I'm going to exit out of this one and open a new one. And notice that the new one that I'm opening, it has all the coloring and everything okay with this size of the font also. So let's do a practice some with the the green color now, some of the commands. So as you can see that because my profile is users Wahid, as soon as I open a command prompt, it drops me to user Wahid directory. But if I want to show you the demo directory, I could do cd to c:/demo like that. Or if I'm on users Wahid, and then cd to c:/users Wahid. If I'm there, I do a directory, this is there. But then if I say clear screen, let's see cd ... meaning that go one directory to the parent directory. So now I'm on the directory users. If I do cd ... that is going to be taking me to the root directory. If I do a directory here, you can see that all the files are there. So some of the Windows system related, if I just cd, change directory, and then cd to system32, and then cd to drivers. So now if I do a dir, you can see that all the directory of the drivers, there's huge. So I'm going to just say that's enough. I saw enough of it, but clearing the screen. Now I'm there, cd ... go out once, ... once, and then a second time. But this time, if I go to system 32, and I know that there's a directory drivers, I don't have to type it one at a time. Also, I can do like this, cd/, and it's going to drop me to the root directory of C. So then I can also say cd c:/windows/drivers. And then this doesn't have to be in lowercase. Windows automatically convert everything to uppercase before it executes it. So it's going to work. It's not, Windows is not case sensitive like Linux and Mac or Unix. So Mac is Unix basically. When I'm talking about Mac OS X is Darwin BSD version, which is similar to BSD and FreeBSD and Solaris BSD, and they're all based on Berkeley software distribution. But Windows is not case sensitive. So here, if I just do CD one time, I can go there. And then if I just do the same thing down there, I can do CD ... and then the backslash ... that is going to take me to directory up. So then if I just want to do a directory of, let's say, system32 and drivers /start.exec, I could run this command and then say, from this current directory that I'm on, just see that, oh, system32, that's why this one is system32 drivers. Let me just see why I did not see this one. So this one is there. Maybe I made a typo. Drivers /start.exec. Yeah, so there's no the start.exec, it's start.dll. That's let me see what's going on here. This is dir of a star. Yeah. Okay, there's no DLL, there's no, on the drivers, there's no, none of those ones. It's only system32. And so instead of this one, you could say star.sys. You could get all the sys files, or star.exec, and then you will get that one on the drivers. And then let's get this one shorter. So if I go here and then say it is drivers etc directory. Now etc has this file host. And then I can also look at this directory /etc/host and only list that one. So that directory, wherever I am, relevant to that one, you can specify the full path or relative to the path that you want. So if I'm on this directory of, let's say, system32/drivers/etc directory, and then I say, okay, this is the directory, but what were the directory of the parent directory star.sys? Then you could get the sys there, all the files. And if you do more piping, obviously, let's say we're interested with some files like that start with win. So you could do something like this and then say find /i and then search for win. and then only shows those ones. And if you want to say, for example, search for something with X, Xbox, and then X input, all those two files should be there. You just have to put it within the code, and then these X are starting, and there are some other files that also had X in the middle. So the quotation, if you do this encore X, let's see, pound. Actually, that is going to be more specific on the find command with the string. So if you're interested to find out, let me just go to cd to the root directory, cd to demo. I want to just practice on the smaller directories here so I can see what it is we're showing you. Here, if I'm just saying, for example, dir of win underscore star, so the wildcard, it will match anything with that one there. And then if you are just saying find /i, anything with pi, the extension of pi from that list, it will just pick up only that one. If you look for the find /?i, it's going to just tell you that if you're looking for this /v is like not containing that directory. So in that directory, this one, if I say change it to /i/v, and then uppercase V, it doesn't matter uppercase or lowercase in this case, and then just say .py. Now this other one was showing you .py, but now we want to exclude the .py, so we should get the .out and .text file, and we are getting those two files. So as you are looking at the find command, you can fine tune it depending on what you are looking for and what is strings, and sometimes you can even do regular expression with them. And then you have to know the regular expression pattern. On Windows, I have not done too much of regular expression, to be honest with you, but I can figure it out, no problem. If I just have to do it, there's no need for me to just do something that I'm never going to do it on Windows. But let's just go to the presentation and continue with the next command. So we already covered the CMD, we already covered the CD, change directory. Change directory, it changes the directory. Now we're going to show you the make directory, dir, rm dir, remove directory, rm file make dir, rm dir, and md and rd. All these 11 commands, I'm going to cover it with some examples that we have here. So basically, they're related. That's why I'm going to cover them soon. Right now, clear the screen, and now I'm going to make a directory here. So if I look at the directory, do I have a directory A? No. But do I have a A/B? Since I don't have a A directory, I don't have a B directory either. So I'm going to clear screen, say make dir A, and then this will create a directory A, but not B. So if I say A/B, that directory doesn't exist. It's not going to be found. But if I say make dir A/B, this is the slash that I was looking at. So in the previous command, clear the screen, dir of A/B is not going to say file not found because the B doesn't exist, but dir A is there. So if I say make a dir A/B, that's the Windows slash, and then that would be now A/B is there. So it's going to create. Whether you use rmdir or remove directory, that's a short name, rd, or make dir or mk and dir. That's the same as md for make dir. And then rmdir is the same as rdir. The alias is shorter. So now we're gonna just remove the directory A and B. So let's do that. Rmdir A/B. It will delete it, but A is still there. I haven't deleted directory A. So now rm directory A, now A is there. Now if you do directory A, doesn't exist. So clearing the screen, this time I'm going to make a couple of directories. So in order to make directory more, you could say make dir A /b/c/d/wahid/Lutfi, whatever directory you make. Now directory of A is there. Now tree of A is, you can see that directory structure. I created A, B, C, D, Wahid, Lutfi. Delete the Lutfi. I cannot just say rm dir or remove dir and then say A. it's going to say this is not empty. Same thing with B is going to say it's not empty. Same thing with C is not empty. D is not empty. Wahid is not empty. Wahid is not empty, so it is going to say that it's not empty. But if I put the last directory, Lutfi, which is empty, you can see that it is deleted. Now, if I do a 3 of that command again, you can see this time it's only up to that one. Now, let's delete the directory D. If we delete the directory D, this one is going to say this is not empty. See that? On this one, oh, make dir, rm dir, rm dir b a slash b slash c slash d. If I do that one, it says not empty. But if I say Wahid, it's going to delete it. So let's see the directory 3 a. So a is up to there, and then we could say rm dir a b c d Wahid. So let's see why Wahid is says cannot find a specified file. What is the name directory Wahid under the D? So if I just say 3 this one, and then A 3 of A, you can see all those ones are there. But then at the same time, under the 3 of A, Wahid is there, slash B slash C slash D. This one is going to only show Wahid. Yet if I just did this one Wahid, and then I just say rm dir, remove directory, rm dir. Oh, actually, it was just some kind of keyboard problem, because on the keyboard, every time I have to press enter, maybe it was insert to just revise it. If I just go something and I just go and delete a character, it is not going to see it. So now I say 3 of A, you can see that they're there. If I want to delete it without going to each one of them one at a time, I can say remove directory, and then A, and then do a backward /s, means including the sub directories. So whether they're empty or not, it's going to force it to say yes. Now, if I say 3 of A, it's not existed. Dir of A, that does not exist. So this time I'm going to say make clear the screen here and say make dir, and then backward slash, and create with the path. The Unix and Linux command, you could just do a -p, and then if the directory doesn't exist, it gives you the directory will be created as well. But if this one doesn't exist, it will create it by default through that path. So you can just say make dir /a/b/ this. If you do a slash in front of it, this will create it on the root directory. Watch, make dir /a/b/c/d. Now the directory A doesn't exist here, but 3 of A, 3 of C:/A will tell you that I created the file under the A directory. Directory of C:/A will also show the same thing. So now if I want to delete all of them, I could say remove a directory C:/A, and then once you do this one, it's going to say it's not empty. But then if you just do a /s/, and it's going to say subdirectory, then you say sure. Be careful when you're not specifying the path, and you know that some are the wrong host machine, and you're running the command, and you're not careful. Make sure that you're watching what you're doing, every command that you're typing. So this time, and now the 3 command is going to say this one doesn't exist. As you can see, we just delete it. Okay, so that was for covering the commands make directory, dir command, rm dir, rm, and then rm is the file, removing the file. I haven't covered that one. I'm going to cover that one now. So now let's say I'm going to just create this file. I'm going to just say copy demo1.txt as wahid.txt. And then now wahid.txt was copied. Wahid.txt is just created. So if I want to say rm wahid.txt, it's going to just say rm is not recognized. That rm is actually Linux or Unix command. That rm is like delete command. If I want to delete it on Windows, I say del wahid.txt. now wahid.text is no longer there. And then if I just say help rm, let's see, and the rm is not showing here. Let's see if rm is not recognized internally. So that rm command, it was something that was left over. Please ignore that one on the presentation, because that is a Unix command. And how do I know it's a Unix command here? Let me just clear the screen. I'm already logged on a Unix machine. Let's say export. I'm going to do cd clear the screen. So if I just say ls-l start.sh, I have a few files here, and then cut etc os-release. I'm on a Unix machine, as you can see, Ubuntu 22. And if I type in uname-o, it says I'm on GNU Linux, or uname-a for all the information. I can see everything related to the Linux operating system. So now if I say while one.sh, if I look at copy while one.sh as wahid.text, I just created that file wahid.text, and now wahid.text is there. Sorry, I didn't mean to type in file and ls at the same time. File is going to show you the type, and then ls is going to list it. That's what I meant. I just typed it together. So right here, if that file is there, and basically I could do rm wahid.text, and then now wahid.text is gone. So this is on Linux rm command. So ignore that one on our presentation. There's no rm. So let's see the next one. The next one here is make their remove directory. The /s is going to delete as many subdirectory, whether they're empty or not. Now we're going to discuss the attrib command. On Windows, there's a command called attrib, which is attribute. So let's see the attributes of files. So in the directory, if I clear the directory, these are the files here. But if I want to see the attribute of these files, I can say attrib star. So for all of them, show me the attributes of these ones. This A means that the archive bit is set. So when you're doing a copy command, and the copy command is going to just copy it, there's a command called xcopy. The copy command will just copy the files, and then the attribute you are not going to be able to modify it. But I'm going to show you with xcopy how you can change the attrib syntax with question mark here. And then here you can see attrib has a plus that you set the attribute, or like plus A will set the archive bit, or plus H for hidden files. You can see here hidden files, or attrib plus S for system, and minus removes it. And then if you want to make a file read-only, you say attrib plus R. Now the file is read-only, you cannot, other people cannot write to it. And then the archive bit is very useful when you're doing copies. On the old days when we were in school, sometimes you are writing big programs, and it's like the source code itself is like in multiple floppy disk that was not fitting, or that school would allow you to just get the compiler version for Turbo C or something, to just say, okay, have it on this one so you can have it on PC. Students that they need it for those purposes, if their programs were not fitting on one floppy disk, I was working at the lab and was just helping a student to do their homework for whatever question they had. And this that Time Magazine /m argument of xcopy was introduced back in 1994 to 1997, sometime when I was undergraduate there. Not on my master's degree undergraduate, but undergraduate. This is there's a lot of these options, and one of the option was /m. /m is just basically making sure that if your archive bit is set, let me just clear the screen here, clear the screen, and then attrib xcopy 5 more, and then say find /I, and then I'm gonna just see if I can do the /m here to see if that argument is showing there. I'm going to do 5 more this time, see if it is there right here. Copies only files with the archive attribute set. And this is what's going to help you that if the directory is too large and it's not going to fit on one floppy disk, what you want to do is change the archive bit. Then once you copy them, then the next time it's going to know where to start again, where the files are, and archive bit is not set. Let me demonstrate that one. Clear the screen. So let's say I say this is the directory, and I say attrib star. At this time, they're all set. So then if I say copy demo1.txt as demo1.back, now it did archive was not affected. It did the copy and created the file demo question mark star. So this one is going to show you that demo1.back was created, demo1.txt is there, and demo2.txt existed. So if I just say attrib demo star, you can see that these are not affected. So if I just do one more copy, this is let's say copy demo2.txt and say demo2.back, and notice that this one is not affected. But this time what I'm going to do is say attrib not attrib. I'm going to use the x copy, and I'm going to say demo1.txt, and I'm going to say wahid.txt, or let's call it demo1, demo1.x copy. So it doesn't matter what extension we gave. I'm going to just identify it as something like, let's call it back1, the second one. So this is that, and then so one second, I just forgot to type in the /s x copy, the /m, and then demo1.txt, and then back it up as that. So it's going to say, does demo1.back1 specify the file name or directory name on the target? So you're going to say it's a file name, and then it's going to say created the file. So if I do the attrib again with the star, you can see that this time it made a backup of this one, but the demo1, the archive bit is just now not set. That means that next time, if I was going to put a floppy disk and then start saying copy, if I was doing all the demo stuff, it would start from this one. It will copy the next one, the next one. This will not be copied again on the same floppy disk. That's why you wanted to use this /m there. That is the beauty of it. So this time I could change that back. If I want to copy it again and say demo1.txt, now the attrib command changed it, and notice that now it is set again. So now this time, if I just start off, say, demo2, and then I'm going to do a copy with this x copy with demo2.txt, /m is the argument, and then I'm going to just call it demo2.back1. So that this one also says, is that a directory or a file? You can do it files and as well as directories with /s subdirectories will be done. So now I did it, and now look at this one attrib this time star. Now demo2 it will be just taken out. So demo2.txt is not taken. Yeah, it is taken out, and demo2.txt, the last one. So, and then if I just want to change the attribute of that one, I just come back with attrib command here. Let me just say attrib plus a and demo2.txt. And now this time I just there. Similarly, if you want to hide a file, so how do you hide the file? On Linux, you could create a file, clear the screen, and then ls-la will show you .bash or C, for example. This is a file that is hidden. But when you do it ls-la, this hidden file is not going to show A for all. Otherwise, ls-l will not show. If I just look at 5 more, you can see that the hidden files are not there. But if I say ls-la 5 more, you see all the dot files that are here. All these dot files are just with the start of dot, and the front end they're just there. And then so let's just show you one more thing here, and then I could say grep minus v minus I, and then with a dot to see if it is a listing on the extension is dot here. So you could see awk and then $9. That would be only the file names here. And then the ones with the dot is starting with the dot. Let's see if I just say more. You can see here the dot is started. So then instead of more, I could say grep minus I, and then say pound and dot, actually encore, and then dot, and then say, and the ones that are with the dot, since this is dot is also a command, I'm going to skip it. And now you're seeing that these ones hidden files. So let's go back to the Windows and then show you the Windows stuff. Here, when we are looking at the trip command, what I wanted to show you, if I just have hidden files. So let's say copy, let's hide demo.txt. We say trip plus h demo2.txt. Now, if I say a directory of demo2.txt, now it's not going to list it. Again, if I do a trip start demo start, notice that there's a h for hidden. So when you see that, when you're doing a directory on a command like demo.txt, and you know that's supposed to exist, but it's not showing, and then you should run a trip demo star or a trip star.star, so you could see the file. And since I'm looking, like if I do a trip star and then find /i, and then I say demo2. So if I'm looking at demo2, you can see that this find command is very useful. You could say, okay, I'm going to just see that this is hidden. And now if I say trip minus h demo2.txt, now I just modified it. This time it's not there, so I do a dir demo2.txt, it's going to show. Okay, so that's how you hide the file or how you unhide the file in Windows. Let's just go to the next commands. We covered xcopy. Xcopy/m is the option we covered. Copy command we covered. Basically, you're copying one file to another one using copy. Similar to copy, the move command. Move is just renamed command. Move is just as well as moving the location from one directory or to the next directory, or from source to the destination directory, as well as renaming it. You can do a rename command or move command. But copy is, you can do it with files and directories. And then dir, we already checked it, the hide trip command, dir hide me, we covered. Copy, we covered, copy here. So date command, date and delete command. So here, date command, if I copy a file, say copy demo2.txt as demo2.delete me, delete me. So now I have created demo2.delete me file also here, as you can see. So what I could say is del and then say demo2.delete me, and then now that one is gone, and you can see that this one is deleted. It's no longer listed here. Okay, so that's delete the directory here. And then if I just say move command with backward slash here, as you can see, the move command here is going to say move from one drive to a destination directory, or you can move it with file name. So let's just do a combination of the two. If I just go say make dir test1, so now I create the directory test1. So I'm going to say copy demo2.txt to test1, and then I'm going to just name it the same thing, so I put a dot. Now this copy just created test1 and the demo2.txt as the same name. So when you put this dot, it's saying that this is the source and the destination is the same name as the source, that dot. Now I'm going to say move is going to move the file demo2. So if I move back test1, and then I'm going to just let's call it this time wahid.txt. So now this time directory test1 has two files, wahid.txt and this. Do I have a wahid.txt here? If you don't have it, it's safe to move it. If you're having a file, then it's gonna say actually this file exists. Do you want to override it? Yes or no? And then you have to decide whether you can do it or not. It's up to you. But here I'm going to say move test1 wahid.txt to the current directory. Now wahid.txt is moved here, and then test1 only has the demo2. So this time, if I say move wahid1 wahid.txt to test1, and then say call it at the same time while I name it, I could say wahid.back. Just while I'm moving it, I'm giving it a different name. So wahid.txt doesn't exist here, but on the test, we just renamed it to wahid.back. So, and then the delete directory, you don't have to be on the directory. You could say delete wahid.back, and then you do, and that one now, directory of test1, it's only that. You could do rm dir, and then test1. This one is going to say it's not empty, but if you just say /s, it's going to say, are you sure? Yeah, this deleted. Now directory of test1 is empty, not there. So let's go to the next one to see what we have on the list of options. We echo command, and then the dir command, find, and then dir, make dir, move command, we already covered. Rename and echo command. Let's just do those two. The other ones we already covered. So clear screen, rename is /. You can see that it says rename file 1 to file 2, whatever you want to do. So you can also specify the drive letters. So if I say make dir test1 here, and then I say rename demo2.txt to demo2.txt.wahid. So rename, not with the D. So this is renaming it. Now the file is renamed. So now if I say directory demo2.star, you can see this file was renamed. If I want to rename it back, I could say rename demo2.txt.wahid to demo2.txt. And then at the same time, let's do this. You can see that it is correctly named. You can also say make dir test1, and then the subdirectory for already exists. So test1 already exists there, but it's empty. What we could do is say xcopy, another xcopy, rename, and then demo2.txt into test1, and then say demo2.txt.wahid. So the syntax is incorrect. Let me see. Demo2.txt into demo2.txt. So I'm going to say from the current directory, call it test1, and then in these ones, and then demo2, rename. So let me see, rename / clear screen, and then clear screen, and then run this command, and then oops, clear the screen. Somehow cut and paste from the Unix stuff. So let me just do rename / here. It just says rename from the drive path to the file name. It does not allow you to do the drive. Rename drive path, and then the destination is always have to be to the new directory where you want to do. You cannot go to a directory. That's what is happening. If you want to do that one, you have to use move. So if I just want to say this command that was failing here, this one is saying, rename. I don't know why I called it rename. So C, and then call it, let's say, this once / demo. And it says the syntax of the command is not successful. But if I just take the directory out, it will do it. So directory of demo2, it is okay. But what is happening here, because this one is saying that you want to specify a drive if you want to do this one. So if I'm on this directory and I say rename and then to C : demo, and the file name is demo2.txt.wahid, and I'm going to call it C:/ demo demo, and then slash demo2.txt. Let me just take this D out. For some reason, I'm typing it too fast, and that syntax is not going to allow you. But then if you just say, do it on the current directory, then it's going to say it is done. So now the current directory is not good. I don't want to do this one on the current directory. But because it's already on this path, it created under the demo2, cd to demo, and then directory demo2, demo star, and then demo2 already got created there. So this command rename will move it from that one to the directory that the file exists. So from that directory, it renames to that same directory. When you specify the path, it's going to just create it on the same directory where you are. If you're cd to that one, obviously, if I say rename demo2.txt and as demo2.txt.wahid, it will create it demo2 star, and then you can see that one. Rename demo2.txt.wahid as demo2.txt, it will create the same thing, and you can see it's successful. But if you want to just move it to a directory other than that one, it's not the rename only. But the ren or rename is the same thing. So ren slash question mark is the same as rename. As you can see here, ren is the short form of rename. And then the one that we want to do it is if you want to do a directory of test one, the demo2.txt doesn't exist. If you want to rename it as well as move it, so you're doing this one, say move demo2.txt as and call it as test one, and then we call it a new name, demo2.txt.wahid. This will work. So test one is there. And now if I want to move it back to C:/ not C:, test one slash demo2.txt.wahid, and then I want to just name it as demo2.txt. I could do that also with the move command. So at the same time, while I'm moving it, I could rename it to what I want to do. So instead of .wahid, I give it .txt there extension. So that is for move, rename, and then copy. Everything is covered so far. Let me just see what other things that we have here. The trip command we covered, make their move, echo. Echo is just very simple. You just say, if I clear screen and say echo hello world, it's basically your hello world program in command prompt or bash script. This is very simple to do. So if you change this one to any word like welcome to free MyWebUniversity free educational videos, you just type it in, it's going to display whatever the command you type in. Now, if you do echo slash question mark backward slash question mark, notice that it says echo message. So echo anything, hi, it will just hi. If you say echo, this is a test, and you did not put anything within the code, you can do single code or double code. Once you start with single code, you have to close it with single code. So you can also do echo off. When you do echo off, notice the command that I type in, it is actually, I cannot see anything. You say this is a test, and the command, when I'm getting the prompt, I cannot see it till I type in. So if I say echo on, now I can see the information. So clearing the screen, dir of this, and then clearing the screen, echo off, you can see that the command is just showing the prompt is not there. Echo on, now the prompt is there. So that's echo off and echo on, backward slash this. And then the actual echo command I already showed you within a number of commands we did that one. So let's go back to the next one. Start a calc, and then start a notepad, system info, and then memory, model, and then this. So now I'm on the system info first, and then we do the system info command. And like version was giving you the version, and CMD was opening a command prompt. So I'm going to do system info. If you just do that one by itself, it gives you the entire system information related to the memory, to operating system, to the network, all the details here. There's a lot of other commands that I could show you, but at this time, let's do a system info / find I and then OS name. So this one is going to show you the operating system, ignoring the case sensitivity. Here also you could do find string, that is find and find string is going to represent it. But notice that find I is only going to show you this. But find a string is going to search more and recursively. The more similarly, if I say directory here and then say directory find /I star.py, notice that this one is only going to show on the current directory what are the extension with the .py. It doesn't touch the subdirectories like PyCache. But if I change this one to a find a string, and this is the difference between the find and find string. So notice that now it's going to just go to the PyCache details also there. And if I just want to do /s subdirectories, the find command itself is not going to show. So the /s would be here. And then pipe, and then that would just go on the details of PyCache as well. So whether you do it with the find command with this one, you see that this one is going to show you the PyCache extension, but it's not showing you the directory. But if I just do the same thing with find a string, then it's going to just say, okay, yeah, you're getting this. Similarly, with the system info, if I do a find /I and then say memory, so you can see that memory information is done. Now let's see if there's more details with the find string. Okay, for that one is not, but for the OS name, as you can see, OS name was there's more with the find string. With the find, you only see a few things similar to the PyCache directly. And you can see OS name only on the find. So if we look for this one with the processor name, so processor there, we already did the memory. You can see the processor information here, and then we could say, go ahead, give me for the find string. And that's there. So let me clear screen. This time I'm going to look for the model, and then that would just show you the CPU and the speed and AMD 64-bit processor, and then 3.1 gigahertz speed of it, and it's AMD HP Windows machine. So we get all the find commands. The other command that I wanted to cover here was we were just talking about the start command here, start calculator, start notepad. Notice the uppercase, lowercase, doesn't matter. So we already did the find. I'm going to show you the three we have been already showing you. I'm going to cover start, task kill, task list, and some more like type demo and other stuff. And then the last one is version and volume. And then we will end this video. So let's go with those three or four commands that we have not covered. One of them was start calc for starting calculator. So now I started the calculator. As you can see, the calculator process is running here. If I just leave this one here and then I say, okay, now do task list. Task list by default is going to show all that process, but I'm interested on the calculator only. In order to find the calculator, I clear the screen, I run task, pipe it with the find a string or find /I, and then calc. And so this is the name of the process that I started, is calculator app.exec. So whenever you type in calculator app.exec, executable, or the short version is calc, it's going to call this program calculator. Notice this is the process ID here. And then at this time, I want to kill that process. So the calculator is here, is open. And then I want to just resize this window here so you can see that calculator. Let me just minimize these other ones so you see what's going on here. I think this is good enough for the calculator program. I'm going to just have this one, and the calculator program, I'm going to put it in the bottom here. And right here, so you can see the calculator program just below this. That's the calculator program. I'm going to just say, okay, task list, I found it. I'm going to kill it, task kill, and then a slash force to force it. So it is not going to prompt me. On the Unix side, when you do a kill process, you're doing slash forces equivalent is -9. By default, task kill is terminate 15 signal on Linux, but /f is equivalent to signal 9. So here we're forcing it PID with the process ID, and the process ID is 8648 right here. This is the process ID here. So I'm going to just do that one, and notice that as soon as I press enter, it's going to close the calculator. I forgot the name of it. Let's see what, somehow this thing is not having, yeah. So as soon as it get focused, it just deleted and it says done this. Now I can start another process called Notepad. And then similarly on Notepad, let's just write some test here. We're going to just leave it here. And we say this is a simple test. Okay, so I'm going to just make this view bigger, zoom in, and let's do zoom in a few times, Control plus. And then this one, you can see that I wrote this is a simple test. So I'm gonna just, this time I'm gonna say task list, and I'm gonna say find /I, and then notepad. So now I got the notepad process ID 7512. I'm gonna say task kill /f for forcing it /PID, and then the process ID is 7512, and I press enter and it closes it. So that was a start. A start, you can start anything, like, for example, Chrome, or start Visual Basic, or Python, PyCharm, anything. You just start something. It's like start Notepad. So if I'm looking at the file demo1.txt here, I could say start demo1.txt here, and then that would just start it. Or I could say Notepad demo1.txt here. Since the file is at demo1.txt, it's just there. And like here, I opened an Atom, and then this is like Python program. If I close this one and then say, yeah, go ahead, save it. And then I could just say, start Atom on whatever name of the file is. So I could give the name of the file also following it. Let's just demo a couple of other things with the start. So I could say start file, I'm going to open demo1.txt in there. So you could do it this way also by saying that which application and which file. The start command is smart enough to do it. If you say start demo1.txt, since the extension is demo1 here, is going to open it. But if I look at the start.py and then say start win_cmds.py, this is going to open it on PyCharm by default. So if I just want to open it in Atom, I need to do win_cmds.py, and then that would just open it in Atom. And then this is basically, it's actually it's executing it. It runs the command.exec in there, and then it's open Atom right here. You can see that is there. So this demo here is there. The Atom file will be open next. So again, here you can also say start win_cmds.py, and that would open it in PyCharm. So let's look at the Atom first, and here's the Atom file that we just opened. As you can see, Atom is here, and this is the file. So if I close this one, the PyCharm is going to open up next, and we can just see that file, because you say start win_cmd, then it's going to open it. You can also run the code, say run the /win_cmds.py. And since the code actually, if I say type I haven't covered type, so type is going to type the command for you on the screen. So if on this one, if I just do type, you can see the content of that file will be displayed here. But if you say on this one, it's shebang C:, this is Python syntax that says, okay, run the python.executable from the command prompt. So if you just run it the way we run it, it's going to open it in PyCharm like here. And the application, it associated the .extension.py file or the header of the file to see what application should be opened by default. And if you didn't give the file name, it's not gonna just worry about it. It's gonna open it on the default. But if you say open it in Atom, it's gonna open it in Atom. If you say open it Notepad, it's gonna open it Notepad. So and wait for this one is gonna show at the same time. I'm gonna show you this other one. So you can see here, it is basically trying to see the Win CMD file. So I'm going to close the tips. Here I don't need to see the tips, and Win CMD file that is opening on PyCharm, and it's right here is the file. Let me just move this thing is too big for this, and you could see that the PyCharm file is open here. And then if you want to run it, you can run it and so on. But let me just close this one, PyCharm, because I'm teaching you 50 Windows command, and I'm jumping with a lot of other things that I'm covering at the same time. So the clearing the screen, directory start.txt, you can see type demo1.txt. This is a text file that you can do, clear the screen, type demo1.txt more, you can see that one. For example, if you're practicing something like volume, clear the screen. Volume is going to show you the volume of the drive. And then Ver was showing that. So let me say type demo1.txt, pipe more to make sure I covered everything. We covered the CMD first command, make directory, dir, remove directory. All of this was covered. Xcopy covered, attribute covered, and copy covered. Date command has not been covered. I'm going to do that. Del is covered, dir is covered, echo, dir move, rename covered, make dir covered, start command covered, system info covered, task list, task kill covered, time and date is not covered, tree is covered partially, and then volume and command is covered. So only date and dir, date and time. Clear the screen. Time basically gives you the system time. If you want to modify it, it tells you what you want to do. Similarly, date will give you the system date. Today is December 30th, and I wish you all Happy New Year before New Year. So please make sure that you enjoy it, have fun, and God bless you all. Take care, and I will just thank you on this one. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe at our YouTube channel, which is this one, and then I'll post this video next. Take care. Bye-bye.